Greetings and good evening, traders. Zach here from the Trading Network. It is great to see you guys once again. I have been out for the last, close to 3 weeks, I think it is, with COVID. I've been super sick, so I am very grateful to be back in action, feeling closer to 100%, and feeling good enough to record videos for you guys. So, as you guys might assume, I am back with another weekly market profile forecast for everybody for both the ES and the NQ futures markets. And with that, I will be discussing what I'm looking for and what I am looking towards in the coming week in the US index futures markets. So once again, I just want to thank you guys for being patient. Thank you guys for understanding that I have been out sick. It was a bit of a scare, I'm not going to lie. It was not an experience that I would wish on my worst enemy, let alone somebody that I love and care about. So make sure that you guys are staying safe and staying healthy out there. Now, without any further ado, let's get into the ES session profile. So as we can see here, we had a 35 3/4 point range last Friday on ES, ranging from the range lows at 43.7250 all the way up to our new all-time high of 44.0825. And moving into tonight's session and into the week, I will be looking at the lows from Friday's session, also the lows from the session from Thursday into Friday, Globex session that is, and that level also coincides with the highs from last Thursday's session around 43.71. So my thought is, if we can hold above this level in the beginning of the week, tonight and tomorrow especially, I will be looking for continuation of the long inventory. You can see that we have clearly been in an uptrend for the last week or so after we had that big push down into the 42.20 level. And with that, we have a lot of naked point of controls lurking below us. We have one down here from the July 19th session at 42.38, and we've got two naked POCs within about 11 points of each other, one at 43.4050, which is the point of control at or from the July 16th session, and we actually have one that lined up at the same area from the 21st. So the 21st POC is actually the one that is naked. This 43.40 POC was closed on the 21st and then basically reopened, and we got very, very close, as you guys can see. On last Thursday's session, we got down to 43.4150, but technically that naked POC still is indeed open, along with the POC that was created last Thursday. So I believe I might have misspoke. This was last Wednesday's session, the 21st. This was last Thursday's session, right here, the 22nd, with that naked POC showing at 43.51. And of course, this is Friday's session, where we did indeed push to new highs. And for what it's worth, the POC from Friday is 4,400 even, or 4,450, depending on what your ticks per level is set to. So just to quickly reiterate here, this kind of will go along with the short weekly profile analysis that I'm going to do, because the idea is really the same here, regardless of whether you're looking at the session profile or the weekly profile. I will be looking at this 43.70 level to hold. If this level breaks, look for a move back into these naked POCs, 43.40, 43.51. And of course, if that breaks, I would be looking for a move back down into levels from the profile on July 20th, the low from that session being 42.5275 and the high being 42.39. So if we move back into and below this second naked POC, look for a move at least into the value area from this session. Watch for reaction of 42.93, and if that breaks, well, very likely into the low from that session and the previous overnight session as well. Again, on the flip side, if we hold this 43.70 level, and especially if we continue to push above the current overnight high at 44.05, which is just a few points under our all-time high at 44.0825, look for that upside continuation. Now, for my NASDAQ folks, let's get into the NQ a little bit here. Very, very similar story. I will get rid of these levels from last week, and we will dig right in. Seeing, again, a very, very similar profile here, where if we can push above the highs from Friday at 15,117 to be exact, and we actually made a new all-time high in this current Globex session at 15,126. If we can move and hold above those levels, then of course I will be looking for that upside continuation. And even if we break back down around this 15,015 level, watch for reaction here. We could get a reaction here, could be a good buy, because this is value area low, and below this is going to be excess value. So if larger time frame players are considering this to still be a fair price, this is actually going to be an even cheaper price for them, and they will, or they should be interested in getting long between basically 14,980 and 15,015. So watch this as a little zone, and if this breaks, I would look for a move back into the lows from Friday, 14,934, and into this naked POC that we have lurking down here on NQ at 14,908. Now, just like ES, if this first naked POC breaks, I would be looking into this area down here. You can see that we have the highs from the July 21st session lining up with the overnight POC from the 21st into 22nd Globex. And then, of course, we have the lows from that following session, the July 22nd session at 14,839. So this is going to be a major area of support. And if that breaks, look for a move into our second naked point of control, which is the point of control from that July 21st session at 14,766. If you guys want a little bit lower targets, look for this to hold. If it doesn't, next area, 692, call it a range from like 670 to 690-ish if you want to generalize it a little bit. And then below that, we do have one more naked POC, 14,500, basically 14,498 to be precise. So we do have a lot of resting liquidity to the downside, and if we break, don't keep a one-sided bias. Allow those if-then scenarios to work in your favor. Say, okay, well, maybe we are needing to move down, absorb some of that resting liquidity before we continue to new highs. But again, if price gets picked up, if it holds above the POC from Friday, if it holds above the high from Friday, even if it holds above the value area low from Friday and the previous overnight high at 15,015, that's really, really bullish. So, you know, there's really nothing wrong, in my opinion, with price coming all the way back down here, giving a little test. Could offer up a good buy opportunity in this 14.9 area, and obviously 15.15 if the bulls are really, really strong. So let us move over into the weekly profiles just briefly here. You know, kind of covered a majority of my analysis in the session profiles, but I want to show you guys these weekly profiles as well. You can see that on ES. Now, keep in mind that these are only the regular trading hours weekly sessions recorded here. So on ES, our regular trading hours weekly profile was very, very wide. And I, on a weekly basis, would be looking at the 4340 level. So you can see that 4340 level, that lines up with this second naked POC down here. And again, I would not be surprised to see some strong buying in this area if price does move back down in here. And that is the point of control from last week. So if we break the point of control from last week, well, then I would very likely be looking down into this area here, which we have a high value node, both on the weekly profile and on the monthly volume composite. And if that breaks down into that 4280-ish, 4270-ish level, which we talked about in regards to our session profiles. So hopping on over into NQ now, you can see that our regular trading hours profile size was 672 points last week on NQ. And really, I would be looking for major reactions at these major weekly profiles. First and foremost, looking at the weekly high from the week of July 12th. And then after that, I would really be looking into this 14,900, 14,880-ish level, 875, where we have the value area high from last week. We have the value area high from the prior week, and then we have the high from the prior week before that. So just to be abundantly clear here, this profile, this is the week of July 5th. So this 14,883 level is the regular trading hours high from the week of July 5th. 14,906, that is a value area high from the week of July 12th. And the 14,875 level is the value area high from last week, the week of July 19th. So keep an eye on this major area right here. And again, if this breaks, look for that move down into the 14,775 level, and we'll see how price reacts there. On the upside, major first area of support is going to be 15,000 even, 14,996, that prior weekly high from July 12th. Look for a reaction there. If we don't get a reaction there, look into 875 and, of course, 765 once again if that breaks. On the upside, you guys should know the drill when we are operating at all-time highs. Allow the trend to be your friend. Allow momentum to carry you, essentially, until the market tells us otherwise. Most traders, most people, they want to be contrarian. They want to be the hero. They want to catch the top. They want to catch the bottom. Good luck catching tops and bottoms in a market like this. It is much higher probability to wait for the setups that we know, the opportunity zone, the range trades. In this case, when price is trending, just let the op zone be your friend. It is very helpful to have a simple trending strategy and a simple ranging strategy. And of course, for those of you guys that want to learn more about my strategies, you can learn more about those and learn exactly how I use them in my Fundamentals of Futures Trading course, which you can find in the link in the description below on our website. And I will mention that once again at the end of the video. So just to kind of recap here, I will be looking at the regular trading hours high, 15,117. We move and hold above that, just look for more upside continuation. If we break and hold below, look for a move most immediately to 14,996, 15K, and then into 875 and 14,765 to the downside. That should get you guys with some very good trade opportunity in the beginning of the week. So we will move over to ES, and really same story here. We are at the, not last week's high, but we are at the high from the July 12th weekly profile currently, or right above it, just about 5 points above it. So look for reaction here. And again, more immediately on the downside, I would be looking towards these 60 level, 43.40. And then I'll show you guys once more on the session profile. You can see that we have the 43.40 as the naked POC. And then below that, really look towards 43.30 and then into this area down here where we have multiple profile levels lining up. We have that 42.50 area as the 720 low, 719 into 720 Globex low, and then value area high from 719. So again, we got a ways away before we get down into these profile levels. So it's very important to just take it one step at a time. So watch basically 44.10, 44.80, 44.65, 70-ish, and then the naked POCs and lower, of course. On the upside, just continue to ride that trend. I'll even flip over and show you guys the main chart here. You can see very simple op zone plays on Friday. I mean, you can keep it exceptionally simple. Bull div, op zone, op zone, op zone, op zone. Not perfect here, but they come a little bit below. And guess what? That puts price in the 1,000 tick op zone as well. So there's a little bit of a cheat code for you guys if you're aware of the opportunity zone and if even you have a very simple idea of how to use it. So pretty short and sweet. I wanted to give you guys some good levels to work off of moving into the beginning of the week. And once again, because we are at all-time highs, we can keep it pretty simple. We can have a trend following strategy that we use, and we can have information that tells us, okay, perhaps the behavior is changing, perhaps we're no longer in an uptrend, and that's when we play the reversal. So I hope that you guys can use this to your advantage in the coming sessions in the beginning of the week, and I hope that you guys are glad to see me back. I know that I'm very glad to be back making videos for you guys as always. And once again, I want to thank you guys immensely for taking the time to watch this content. If you do enjoy what you see, please feel free to like and subscribe down below, and even leave a comment and let me know what you think. It helps immensely and I greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to learn more about what we do here at the Trading Network, please check out the links in the description below as well, where you can first and foremost find a link to our free Facebook group where I release daily trade plans based on market profile for the ES and NQ futures markets. In addition to our free Facebook group, you will also find a link down below to the tradingnetwork.io, which is our website where you can learn more about purchasing access to one-on-one mentorship with me. I offer 4-week programs, 10-week programs, and a few other varying lengths. We go one-on-one daily in a Zoom session. I help you with any aspect of your trading that you need, whether it is psychological, whether it is technical, whether it's a little bit of both. I break down my strategies for you. I go over your trades. I give you feedback and much more. So definitely feel free to check out the mentorship. In addition to the mentorship, you can learn more about purchasing access to the Trading Network Proprietary Indicator Package, which you have seen briefly in this video. You can also learn more about joining the Trading Network private Discord group, where you can watch me trade live daily, Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I typically trade for at least a couple of hours on stream, and then I hang out for a while answering questions for our paid group members. And again, this is a two-way stream, so at any time, members can turn on their microphone as well and ask me questions live in real time while I'm trading, which is a huge benefit. And last but not least, I mentioned briefly in this video earlier, you can purchase access to the Fundamentals of Futures Trading course, which is my comprehensive course that discusses multiple strategies for varying market conditions, in addition to trading psychology strategies and much more. If you guys have any questions about any of these products, please do not hesitate to reach out to me any way you can. Facebook, Discord, Instagram, even leave a comment here on YouTube or shoot me an email at the email address down below, and our team or myself will get back to you as soon as possible. I want to thank you guys once more. I am very grateful for everybody who takes the time to watch these videos, so thank you very much for doing so, and I will see you in the next video.